the running backs front. You've got McCaffrey going second off the board after Leonard Fournette to Law's Eagles. You'd like that, Chris Law. I'll tell you that, man.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, Todd, just at the, I've seen, as you know, over a dozen combines now in person. And McCaffrey, I thought he had the best route running of anybody, wide receiver or running backs at that combine this year. He was spectacular.
He's unbelievable. I mean, you can argue, I would argue that Dalvin Cook from Florida State, his tape in terms of just ability to create yards and make guys miss, he's more explosive. But you add in the fact that Dalvin Cook has some couple shoulder injuries, has some concerns in terms of who he surrounds himself with off the field, has a high fumble percentage. And then you look at Christian McCaffrey, whose tape is still really, really good and not far off of Cook's. And the fact that you're getting a guy who he's not 20 carries a game, but he could be 10, 12, 15. And then you legitimately have a second position on offense so you can play him. There's not many guys that I've evaluated where I said, okay, he's a running back and he's also a slot receiver. He can play two positions. Then you get to the point where you look at the versatility in the return game if you want to use him that way. And then you talk to David Shaw, who I believe is on your draft coverage, and I'm sure he'll lay it all out for you there. But I've done a couple of Stanford games, and I don't know that I've ever spent time with a head coach that has said more positive things about an individual and what he brings to the program, from the work ethic every day at practice, 100 miles an hour, how good of a teammate he is, how loyal he is, how important everything is to him, how professional he behaves, and just the professionalism that he brings to the table. I just think a player like that doesn't get out of the top 20, and Philadelphia is looking for individuals like that. I know people in their front office, and they care a lot about that football character. And I also know that offensively they want weapons and versatility. So to me, he's a perfect fit in Philly if he lasts there. And if he does go beyond Philly, then there's a few other teams right behind that would make him a pick. And I don't think he'd get past Tampa at 19.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.